Imagine you're trying to find a location in Chicago, but you're holding a map of Detroit. No matter how hard you work or how positive your attitude is, you're still lost. Stephen Covey argues that most self-help focuses on the surface, the personality ethic, when true effectiveness requires a character ethic. To change your life, you don't just change your behavior. You change the map through which you see the world. Part 1. Private Victory, Independence. Before you can master your relationships with others, you must master yourself. Habit 1. Be proactive. Effectiveness begins with the realization that between a stimulus and your response, you have the freedom to choose. The lesson. Stop focusing on the circle of concern, things you can't control, like the weather or the economy, and put your energy into your circle of influence. Proactive people use I can or I will instead of I have to. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. If you were attending your own funeral, what would you want your loved ones to say about your character? The lesson. All things are created twice, first in the mind, then in reality. By writing a personal mission statement, you ensure that the ladder you are climbing isn't leaning against the wrong wall. Habit 3. Put first things first. This is the habit of execution. Covey introduces the time management matrix. The lesson. Most people live in quadrant 1, crises and deadlines. Highly effective people spend their time in quadrant 2, activities that are important but not urgent, such as relationship building, long-term planning, and personal growth. Part 2. Public Victory, Interdependence. Once you are independent, you can move toward interdependence, the state where you work effectively with others. Habit 4. Think win-win. Life isn't a zero-sum game. For you to win, someone else doesn't have to lose. The lesson. Win-win is a frame of mind that seeks mutual benefit in all human interactions. It requires a balance of high consideration for others and high courage for oneself. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Most people listen with the intent to reply, not to understand. The lesson. Practice empathic listening. When you truly understand another person's perspective, they feel psychologically validated, which opens the door to creative problem solving. Habit 6. Synergize. Synergy is the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. 1 + 1 = 3 or more. The lesson. Don't just tolerate differences in others, celebrate them. When two people with different perspectives work together, they can create solutions that neither could have found alone. Part 3. Renewal. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Imagine a man sawing down a tree for 5 hours. He's exhausted. You tell him to take a break to sharpen the saw, and he says, "I don't have time to sharpen the saw. I'm too busy sawing." The lesson. You are your greatest instrument. You must regularly renew yourself in 4 areas. 1. Physical. Exercise, nutrition, and sleep. 2. Social/emotional. Making meaningful connections. 3. Mental. Reading, writing, and learning. 4. Spiritual. Meditation, nature, or prayer. Closing thought. Effectiveness isn't a one-time hack. It's a lifestyle of continuous growth. By moving from dependence to independence, and finally to interdependence, you don't just get more done. You become a person of character.